breaking the fourth wall.
Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to another Dirty Radio Presents TNA Impact, where somewhere out there over the world, Scott D'Amore hates this, and probably us, once we're done with this recording.
Probably.
And if you know why we called it that, you're going to find out in a bit.
If you want to know why, here's why.
Here's why. Anyway, I am Matt, aka That Corny Reviewer, and to join me, the Advocacy Awards youth, Andrew, how you doing?
Well, we both got to see our girls on this show, so I guess that's a positive. That's a plus. That's a star alone.
That alone is a star. 1 star. The Melt's a star.
Yes, the subjective star.
But yeah, we just finished watching TNA Impact, so we're going to get to that in a bit.
Eventually.
Eventually. Just
like how they get to their storylines, that's how we get to their show. Eventually.
Because you know us, if you know us long enough, we have the bullshit.
We do.
Yeah. And we're going to start with bullshit.
Ooh, okay. What kind of bullshit we starting with?
Actual
bullshit?
Actual bullshit, because we're going to talk about the title of our thing, the Scott D'Amore. And reason why we did this, originally it was going to be called Scott D'Amore's All Elite, because he talked about the relationship with AEW and TNA and with NXT TNA on the Chris Van Vliet podcast.
NXT TNA just sounds better anyway than AEW Impact.
X TNA, yeah.
Well, they were Impact at the time too, which was worse.
Yeah.
It doesn't even flow.
I mean, the only impact they had was concussions from Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
This is what he had to say. Some of the things that happened with AEW haven't happened with NXT TNA relationship yet. Point out that the highest rated show in the history of Access TV, not just Impact show, but the highest rated show by a long shot, is the number 268 number that Kenny did. We never did numbers like we did when Kenny came in here. When Kenny came in the Rebellion with him and Swan, the title versus title set a record during the Anthem era with buys. It was 3 to 4 times higher than any of the shows leading to have been. And then the next one, the Slammiversary, Sammy Callahan, and that was the third best show of the Anthem era. That was one.
Mm-hmm.
Going on, he's continued. This is people saying Kenny Omega mailed in his performances.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, wait, there's more. It's like a 4-parter.
Uh-huh.
I watched Kenny get worked on for 90 minutes to try to build up enough strength to try to wrestle Moose.
He went to the same masseuse that Robert Kraft did. It was great.
Yes.
Robert Kraft got worked on for 90 minutes too, probably.
Stop it. Try to wrestle Moose at 1 in the morning in Jacksonville. That guy could barely walk, and then that guy sat there apologizing to Moose, giving Moose a great match that few people in the world could give him. All right, so he's just praising Kenny. You know what? That's fine. You want to praise Kenny? That's fine.
Uh-huh.
Well, that wasn't the point. That's not what people were complaining about.
Yeah, they were complaining about the fact that there was no real give and take, which I don't know how much you have in your highlight, but he does mention that at towards the end. He does go over, could there have been more of a talent exchange? Yeah, there could have, and all that other stuff.
Yeah, but he talked about how he wanted to have Kenny drop it to Josh.
Mm-hmm.
Or who was the other guy?
I mean, Moose and Josh were the two that I think he talked about the most frequently.
I felt like there was one more.
Maybe Callahan?
Maybe Callahan. But he did want to drop it to one of them, but apparently
scheduling conflicts.
Card subject to change.
Yeah, scheduling conflicts forced it so that it, had to drop it to Christian on Rampage and all that other stuff. But I don't know. Doesn't his take just really sound like he's trying too hard to play nice with everybody?
I mean,
they were coming out of the dark period of TNA when nobody watched. So being 5 to 6 times better buy rates or whatever than they've done in the
Yeah,
previous
then
5 years.
weren't the
That's like
buy
being the
rates up? But weren't the buy rates up more for Hard to Kill this
Hard to
year?
Kill apparently was like the biggest thing they've ever done in the history of
And
TNA. There it
then
was.
Slammiversary was up by 200% after
Mm-hmm.
the awful Rebellion buys.
Correct. Yeah, but like his viewpoint is like it's like the Cornette thing about being the tallest midget or the nicest person in jail. Like
Yeah,
when you're coming off the darkest period in time for the company, yes, putting an established name towards things is going to spike numbers. It's going to look nice.
Yeah.
That doesn't make it good.
right. And I'm gonna say this for people that say it's about WWE. Oh, the numbers are great, but it was still fucking shit.
Correct. I mean, the numbers were fine, and I think I don't know if you saw it, but Cena did the Club Shay Shay interview this week.
Yeah.
And he mentioned that when like 2012ish, when he was kind of on top still, WWE shares were like at like an all-time low of like $11-12 a pop, and now they're at like
Right.
$117, and that's all thanks to the ascent that Roman's done. So he put Roman over as like his greatest of all time in WWE, just because
Right.
if you look at the numbers, it's hard to argue. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He said like Roman or The Rock, which I think that's a fair answer. If you look at it strictly from a draw and a money kind of perspective.
Nah, that's totally fair.
Which
I have no problem with that.
which, you know,
Yeah.
unlike the AEW conversation we're talking about, it didn't really do anything for Impact or TNA money wise. They had a lot of views, nice. What did it really
Yeah, like
do?
like maybe here and there, but there are also times where it was very low.
Correct. And I get it was COVID, so nobody was there, but like even when they
Yeah.
came back out of it, they were still running like rinky dink 500 like person places and barely selling out or having to kind of like paper the fucking rest of the tickets just to
That's
fill
the
out the
thing.
seats.
It could have just said, "Hey, this is a Kenny Omega storyline, not a real partnership. They were just kind enough to let us do this real quick." That's
Yeah,
all
but
they had to
nobody's
say.
gonna forget Tony's stupid fucking commercials.
I want to forget about it.
You're not
was the
going
only-
to.
That's the only thing that fucking annoyed me the most out of the whole thing, because again, it's nothing to do with Kenny.
It was everything to do with Tony. Those commercials
Yeah.
were fucking awful.
Yeah, the Tony and Tony.
Yeah, the TNT connection.
Yeah, no, I'm not giving them any Tony Awards anytime soon.
No, that was
Yeah.
fucking terrible.
Yeah, it was just handled badly. Even people that are there now, they're happy with it. Okay, so the talent's wrong, but Scott's okay because he gave the AEW praise.
I mean, Scott's just trying not to burn bridges in case Maple Leaf goes belly up, or to try to pull more talent from different companies by not burning bridges, which that's smart business. You know,
Right.
we don't
I know
have a
people-
company that we're
I
running
know
to be
people,
nice.
I get it. People tend to lie.
Yes.
If you're a promoter, you should lie. Like not go. That's a great question, but I can't talk about it.
I think that's like one of the first chapters in like Business 101 is tell people what they want you to hear, what they want to hear. Not what you actually think, what they want to hear. Because your business can go belly up if you actually just speak the truth.
Is that why we're not doing well?
You figured it out. We're too honest. We need to pander more. We need to ask the people. We need Cody Deaner on this show because he understands
Cody
the
Deaner
people.
might actually help us for a change. Deaner,
He
apologize.
understands things, man.
I apologize for burying you for a couple months. All is forgiven.
Yeah, shit, Cody, man.
I forgive you for your bad behavior.
As long as he comes on the show, like, you know, that's what it is. I'm gonna have to reach out to Cody and be like, I know we've done nothing but shit on you for the last.
I know we gave
I
you
don't
shit
know.
titles, but
We've shit on you since I don't know how long have you been back, and how long was Eric Young dead?
how long has Khan broke up with you?
How long did you break up from being the Diener Boys with Jake something initially, and then you went on to like fucking Violence by Design, and then the Design?
Yeah, and then you murdered someone on live TV.
Yes, and then he unmurdered himself, which I love when people unmurder themselves. It's great.
I'm glad that TNA has Phoenix Downs on standby.
Hey, it's nice when the people care enough to use them. Looking at you,
Yep.
Cloud. Eris is dead in your arms. You just drown a bitch in the water.
Yeah,
How do you know she was dead? Use a Phoenix Down. You're just like, no. There's no bubbles. I swear. Go down.
This was the only way.
It's just the only way. Sink to the bottom.
No. You should have used the Phoenix Down while she was underwater.
Exactly.
And you see all the bubbles like, ow.
What are those bubbles? They're bubbles of life and the live stream. That's
the sound of forgiveness.
I think that means she's not dead. No. It's the live stream.
People die, Cloud.
It's the death throes. No, it's not.
That's what forgiveness sounds like. Screaming and then silence.
Yes. Well, it's the silence that's the forgiveness. You just have to get through the screaming.
Yes.
It's kind of how I feel about most of the TNA episodes the last couple months. It's a lot of screaming, and I wait for the silence.
I mean, we had a good match to start, so like, okay, we'll get somewhere.
Was it a good match? Was it?
I tolerated it.
Let me ask you this question.
Okay.
All right, since let's break format slightly, so we're not going top to bottom. Let's just.
Okay.
You mentioned that it was a good match, so it's the Hammerstone Kazarian Kushida match. That's what you're talking about, correct?
Yes.
Hammerstone, as we joked about, couldn't finish Josh Alexander with an avalanche.
I know. I am still mad at that.
No. So they were pushing the torture rack as his finish because that's how he was kind of mocking and leading into the whole thing. So the finish of this match is Kushida goes for the back handspring elbow into God knows what, and Hammerstone catches him beautifully, puts him in the torture rack. Kushida gets out of it, and then tries the hoverboard lock and eats a nightmare pendulum, and that's the finish. So you were pushing the torture rack as his finisher. You killed the nightmare pendulum because you had someone effectively not lose to an avalanche version of it, and now he qualifies for Ultimate X off of a normal counter nightmare pendulum off of a hoverboard lock. Where's the logic there? Explain the logic to me if this is a good match.
Hello, Red.
No. I need to know, what's your definition of good, Scott D'Amore? Trying to just play nice with everybody. I see you're practicing your lying already. So come on.
I didn't say the ending was good. They did fine. You're right. I do hate. Like, what the fuck is this finisher? What is it? Apparently, if it's the torture rack, it can be reversed out of easily. If it's the pendulum, if it's a normal one, it's fine. I guess.
Oh, but the avalanche version is weaker than the normal version?
Yes.
Well,
number one scientist Kushida couldn't kick out. I don't know.
Oh, I see. Centrifugal force and stuff like that isn't part of his science degree. It was just like ink and time and space.
That was
gravity and centrifugal force and
that is the extent of his science knowledge.
Okay.
He only knows ink and
he knows chemistry and time and space, but physics is like, what?
No, he just goes up and then he go down. He go up and go both.
I see. Okay.
Yes.
Fui-o.
Yes.
He's like a Stephen He's dad kind of thing. He's like, Kushida's like, I lost because, you see, when I went to school, it was before physics was invented. So we had to go uphill both ways in snow, no shoes.
Kushida, like, what the hell?
What the hell, you say?
Like, you lost a nightmare pendulum. He couldn't beat Josh Alexander off the top rope, but he'd do it on the ground, and it is over.
My point exactly. It's just like,
you must have new career, new promotion. go to Maple Leaf.
You be YouTuber for life. Failure.
Like you do chemistry on YouTube. Failure.
Chemistry on YouTube. Oh, Bill Knight Science Guide number 2. Yeah. There we go. Thank you, Kushida.
Kushida 10. Why? Because you're below Bill 9.
Oh God! Oh, that's bad.
You are number 10 scientist on YouTube.
Yeah, it's just that finish is what killed that match for me. I would have agreed with you if that finish was there.
It was good, and then the ending.
But the ending is just you sit there and you go, "What the fuck is the story you're telling with Hammerstone?"
He's gonna be the X Division champion, baby.
But is that why they took him off TV for like 3 months? Because they realized, oh, we screwed up. Well, I don't know if it's kayfabe or not, because literally the day of whatever it was, Rebellion, he was on Twitter talking about his match, and then suddenly it gets changed, and then he is unheard of for like 2 months.
Let's check.
I don't care what dirt sheets say.
No. I'm checking his cage match. I'm checking.
I don't care what cage match says either. It could be kayfabe. It's wrestling. He just
He's been
nothing for like 2 months.
He was in Deutschland and Australia.
So maybe that's what it was. He just had conflicting, schedules.
He's like, you're gonna find something. Like, well,
just like Kenny in AEW. It's just like, the scheduling didn't work out. You see, I have a checking and a savings. It takes 3 days to transfer the money, and sorry.
You're just like, you're gonna find something. Well, that's nothing. That's nothing for me, brother.
Exactly. So they haven't come back after 2 or 3 months off TV. Lose to Eric Young with a small package or roll up of some sort.
And now he's probably getting a rematch.
And now, I don't know. Eric Young should have no claim to anything. And Macklin is going to be poking at him, which, again, that makes sense because Eric Young did say that, he wanted a next shot at the World Championship, even though now we have an Iron Man match, and Eric Young's nowhere near the main event, really.
Nope, yep. You got spoilers. Our main event is an Iron Man match.
That's not a spoiler. They announced that last week after the botcheroony of the fucking 30-minute bullshit match.
I didn't see that.
You didn't?
No.
Were you drunk?
I forgot about the show.
Good answer.
Yes, I forgot about it.
If you blocked it from your memory, I can't blame you, because the shows have been kind of mid to forgettable lately.
Yeah, let's talk about a couple other things. Congrats to Zack Sabre Jr. for winning the G1.
Good for him. Now do something with it.
Now get Taka back as his hype man.
Yes, bring back Taka and win the fucking belt. That's all I need you to do.
Welcome to Zack Sabre Jr. time.
It's Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah, I need that. I need that back. It was simpler times.
It was so simple before everybody decided to hate Taka because he cheated on his wife or whatever the fuck it was.
I know they're strict on that with Japan.
I mean, it's not a bad thing to be strict about.
No. Yeah, if you are a celebrity, if you are a public celebrity, no matter what you do, if you can't do anything scandalous, that is it for you.
I mean, you're the anime guy. There were seiyus that got blackballed from the industry because they cheated on their wife.
Oh yeah, and
the ones that were married and they were both seiyus, and the one cheated on her, then he got X'd from the fuck. I forget who it was exactly.
Yeah, I know. He was voicing some big people, and then we're gonna change his voice actors, and now once the new voice actors don't sound the same, so I was like, oh.
Well, that is the only time Japanese shows will ever change a fucking voice actor.
I think they changed Sanji from One Piece too.
Was it because of a scandal? Because it's
he had an affair with a fan, and
there it is.
He apparently got her knocked up and threatened her.
Oh wait, was that the same dude that did what was it, Yu Yu Hakusho voices or Gundam voices? He was Hiro, or he was 70, and she's 30 or 40 years younger than him, and he just okay, yeah. I mean, that guy's also low key my hero. Points to him, fucking A. But
but he done forever.
I mean, he made plenty of money.
He will never come back. He is over.
Never be seen again.
Never again.
He's 70 anyway. How much longer he's got? Come on.
Well, people can't go that long.
Apparently he can go real long. That's how he bagged a 30-year-old.
Hirata? Is that his name?
Hiroki Hirata? That does sound kind of right. I remember seeing it, and I remember he did like I think Yamcha's voice in Dragon Ball. I think he was like Hito or Duo or somebody from Gundam Wing. He was a couple names that like I stopped and went, oh, okay, I know who those are.
Yes, let's see.
I'm pretty sure he was Yamcha because I'm pretty sure my initial reaction was, oh, that makes sense. He's living the character. Like he's a perfect casting for that. Okay.
I might have to double check that. Hold on. Let's type in the old Yamcha because this is more exciting.
It is. Plus, we all know what Yamcha's finisher was. We don't have to debate if it was a torture rack or nightmare pendulum. We know it's a wolfing fist.
Or that spirit ball thing.
He never finished anything with the spirit ball. He just screwed with baseball players that way.
Yes. he just spun it around.
He's just like wee. It's like that's what you do? You just make the ball go all over? Yeah.
You waste time.
You know, that makes sense. That's actually a perfect description for Yamcha.
Yes. Hold on. I think
He's like that Pokemon you put in your team that just uses like Reflect and Barrier and then Baton Pass. Where you're just like, you're completely useless. Maybe even use Toxic. Just like set up some kind of like shitty stall. But you know, you're useless. You just piss people off.
Okay, I got the guy wrong. It's Toru Furuya. He did it.
Okay.
Yes, he was Rei Amuro from Gundam.
Amuro, that's it, yeah.
Yep. Sabo from One Piece, not Sanji. Sabo.
But he was Yamcha in Dragon Ball Z, right?
Yeah, he was Yamcha.
Okay.
Who else was he?
God, that's an interesting concept if you think about the characters, that he was both Amuro and Yamcha. Those two are nothing alike.
Nope, not at all, yeah. And Seiya from Saint Seiya.
Oh, okay. Fucking. I guess he had a really interesting kind of Pegasus fantasy there, didn't he?
He did. He definitely did. He was Tuxedo Mask in Sailor Moon.
Oh, he did nothing. He stalled for time. Look at that. Perfect. Again. Well, actually, that was an adult around a bunch of 14-year-old girls, too, so that was an that was an omen. That was a harbinger right there.
He was Mario in one of the games. Oh, sorry, he was Mario in an OVA. Seiya. No, what else? I know he did something else. Come on, what else he did?
A lot of these roles are kind of making sense for the type of person he is, though. Aside from Amuro.
Yeah, he was on Urusei Yatsura.
He wasn't Griffin, was he? From fucking Berserk?
No, he wasn't Griffin.
That would have been perfect if he was.
Griffin did nothing wrong. Stop.
That's my point. So, good old Toriyuki or whatever did nothing wrong. Nothing any other person wouldn't be like, you're cool. That's fine. We'd do that too.
And then he was a narrator for Baki. He was also in Detective Conan as Toru Amayo.
Conan was never one I got into.
They had it on Adult Swim for like briefly, and then they just stopped.
Oh, they did, but they also had Cyborg 009, which I hated. Like, there's just some shows that I'm just like, I can't get into this shit. Stop it.
I like Kikaider better than
Kikaider was decent. 009.
I just didn't know. Like, I never got like, oh, what was episode 1 like this? It was always at a random spot for Kikaider. And I was like, this actually exists. How do I remember this?
Because it's a cool name.
It is. That design was kind of badass when he transformed to that robot form.
It was. Yeah, I agree.
It reminded me of what's called like VR Troopers or some shit.
Yes, it did look a lot like VR Troopers. I agree with you there.
Especially the main guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, "Is this a VR Troopers?" Like, no, I was like, "It's not." Like, oh, okay.
That was kind of my initial reaction to it. I'm just like, wait, why are there VR Troopers on my TV? And then it's like
this.
then right after Key Cutter, I think they put Cyborg or they put them together. I forget which one was first, and I'm like, this one's nerdy. This one sucks.
I think Cyborg was first, and I forgot what.
Because it was like Witch Hunter Robin. I think Witch Hunter Robin, Cyborg 009, and Key Kiter were like the three that they were.
Like Blood Sea also or something like
Blood
that?
Sea, Blue Seed, or no, Blue Gender. Blue Gender was the one that was on Adult Swim. Blood Sea, and I think Wolf's Rain.
Yeah,
Wolf's Rain was good. Wolf's Rain was good shit.
That was good. That was definitely good. And then the Erica 7, and that was like everyone was sad.
It's true. That's true.
That was how I remember this. Everyone was fucking sad. No one was happy in this show.
They always save the sad times one for later, be it like,
yeah, like 3 in the morning.
Mobile Suit Gundam 0083.
Yeah.
8th MS Team,
Mm-hmm.
and then Erica 7. Like, they save the sad. And I think Razafon was on fucking Adult Swim for a little bit, too. Which Razafon's not as depressing as the other ones, but it is definitely like, sugar-coated Evangelion slightly. So it's got some kind of darkness to it.
Well, it was like, we know people are going to randomly wake up at 3 in the morning. Let's give them the sad.
They're right. They're right.
Before we go to Gigantor and Astro Boy at like 5 o'clock in the morning. These are the black and white ones.
True.
And then randomly Zoids, and then Hamtaro.
This is why millennials have issues, because that's what we had to deal with. We had to deal with like Paranoia Agent at 3 in the morning, then Gigantor, Astro Boy, Hamtaro, Zoid's Chaotic Century or Peaceful Century.
They treated those like, oh, it's not part of those swim, it's just your weekday morning cartoon.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, you get a little bit of depression, you get a little bit of like horror porn kind of stuff, and then look, it's hamsters. They're cute. What? And robots now.
I gotta say, the Paranoia Agent OP was fucking creepy.
And it completely was, yes.
Yeah, like you just see the laughing and then the and like loud in the morning. Like, what the fuck?
One of my favorite creepy ones was Boogie Pup Phantom.
Ooh, okay.
Boogie Pup Phantom's good shit. I went hard on that one. Like, I liked that one so much, I even bought the fucking live action movie they did of it.
Did you? Okay.
Yes. It's not the worst. A lot of live action anime movies are bad. This one's not good, but it's not the worst.
Oh boy. Yeah.
And this all brings back to, what is the finish? Nightmare Pendulum or Torture Rack?
Yes. The answer is yes.
See, we talk about TNA like Ghost Stories dubs. That's how we do this. We just go all over the place.
And those dubs we cannot say on the air.
There's some stuff we can say.
Some, but the ones I would love to say, but I cannot say.
This hurricane!
I mean, you want to be an Air Force Ranger.
Okay, that's what you want to say. All right. You want to live a life of danger. Yeah, you don't want to get by strangers. What in the Fizzidiok are you talking about?
We're going to skip Eric down because we already talked about that.
Yeah.
Santana was backstage.
That promo looked cheap as shit.
A long time. He's fighting for his life. He's R. Kelly. He's fighting for his life, man. Y'all killing me. You're killing me right now, man. The system, fuck the system, man.
All right, okay, come on. R. Kelly, we've made enough interesting correlations to people and younger women. Let's stop with that. No R. Kelly. No trapped in the closet. No trapped in the drive-thru.
Okay. Mike says he now realizes the animal he needs to be in, tells the system next time they better not miss and get the job done. Or we just take him out one by one.
This looked really low budget, but I liked his energy and his delivery of the promo. But putting him alone in the back of a warehouse with one metal chair to throw, that looked really high school play. Campy.
I was like, aren't they gonna jump him?
It just looked really cheap and amateurish, which sucks because I thought it was a good promo, but just zooming out to what the set pieces were, I'm like, this did him no favors.
Right. So when do you think he's gonna have his rematch? Victory Road? Whatever the next one is.
Moose still isn't in a match for Emergence, right?
I mean, if they want to do it there, but I feel like it's gonna be like an 8-man tag.
That probably is going to be the answer with like the Hardyz, Hendry, and
yeah,
maybe maybe Victory Road.
Yeah, that's the only thing I see as like an Emergence type of thing.
I hope they figure out what the hell they're doing with the system, because I don't like what they're doing with system currently.
Yeah, just all of a sudden they lost the belts and that's it.
They've lost the ability to wrestle too, apparently. Oh my god, it's Space Jam, but the wrestling version.
Oh man, come on,
Somehow there were little aliens that took their wrestling talent, which is why they lost the belts, and now they have to go fight them. Where's Michael Jordan when we need him? Or AJ Styles can play wrestling Michael Jordan. There you go. He comes back to TNA. He gets ready to fly.
And the worst of all, Space Jam 2 happened.
We don't talk about Space Jam 2.
I'm still... So, I mean, Randy was right on that one in the COVID special.
That was
Space Jam 2 is...
That was just objectively bad.
It did need to happen. It did need to happen.
I mean, of course it had to happen because everybody wants to compare LeBron to Michael, so he has to obviously do the sequel to the movie that Michael did that endeared him to a generation of children. And
it showed what we all knew, that Michael was superior.
Exactly. So don't tell that to any like Gen Zs or like young millennials who still want to fight for the current stuff being the best stuff. Don't do that.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Can't argue with those people.
Yeah, no, I cannot. It's like wrestling fans. You can't argue with them. Their word is law.
I mean, you can, but then you have to stoop down to their level half the time, and then that's just.
And then you want to?
Do you want to though? Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes you can get in a flame war with an idiot. Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah, it'll get there.
Exactly. That's all I do it for. It gets me there. I just like that's right. Post.
But what's not getting us there? Our next match: Alisha Edwards and Rosemary.
This did not have to happen.
I mean, I'm happy Rosemary won, as she should. And are we really going to forget about Spitfire's managers?
I'm happy Danny Luna came out in some really nice shorts.
I mean, that's all good and dandy. That's all gravy, sure, but no recollection of what happened to this guy.
I mean, no recollection of why they're even getting involved. And why the babyface team is thinking they're evening the odds going 2-on-1 against the heel.
Right.
Like, it doesn't need to happen. The Knockouts tags are useless. The Knockouts tags make the Knockouts division look weak and stupid. And this match just encapsulates that feeling.
Is Rosemary going to get a shot at the Knockouts belt? Like, she didn't lose.
I think Rosemary's kind of past her winning titles era.
Well, at least be in a match. At least be in the match. You still owed a rematch.
I mean, sure. People still like her. Her entrance gets a pop. People pop for the character. She's still over, don't get me wrong. But, I don't know. Her wrestling, ever since she got injured, between the Triple Mania injury and then I think she had a knee issue after that, like, she just hasn't been the same. And
she's winding down.
I mean, she can't even do the upside down the same way. She does it like a triangle choke off the apron. I don't know if that's a new choice because of the new look of Rosemary, but if it's not a choice and it's a limitation due to injuries and age or whatever you want to call it, then I think we have to start thinking about just like cycling her out. Not firing, obviously, but like
give
slowing
her
down.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. Go to Wyatt 6. You can replace Nikki Cross.
Nikki's good. Stop it. Or just give her Decay back. Give her some kind of gimmick to run with.
Yeah. There's an over Decay. Yeah, there's Toros is now the
ROH.
Mortos. Yeah, he's ROH bound. Abyss is now Joseph Parks as a agent.
Yeah. Jessica Havoc's been MIA.
All these is Crazy Steve, and he's also MIA.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. And isn't Allie still a free agent? She got fired from AEW a hot minute ago, right?
I think she's not signed a new contract.
But no, she's still a free agent though, yes?
Yeah.
So, like, they could always bring Bunny back, because Allie was huge in TNA back in...
That's why people liked her.
Let's call it the Dark Ages. Like, as much as people didn't like Laurel Van Ness or Madison or Maria, that made Allie. Allie going from, like, the plucky, like, bad, assistant to just being, like, kind of cute and getting picked on to then actually starting to wrestle and get some momentum. People liked that. People genuinely and organically liked her character.
Okay, it was like how when Abyss was Joseph Parks.
Well, that did take a little bit of time to get the Joseph Park thing over.
I know, but I still enjoyed it though. Like he was like they were like back and like, oh yeah, he's not the Abyss twin. Like, oh, we're all in on it.
Oh yeah,
his brothers.
So organically, Abyss and Allie were two of the better things from the darker times of TNA.
Yeah.
But I don't see why you can bring Allie back. If you bring like James Mitchell back for something, do some kind of like Decay, New Church, Seance, Undead Rising.
You can give the rotten corpse cocaine. She'll wake up.
And Su Yung too. Su Young's not been doing anything. Guess I know she was pregnant, had a kid, yada yada yada. But if she wants to come back, it's been enough time. She could come back.
Oh yeah, she'll get a big pop when she comes back.
Yeah. So like, there's stuff that Rosemary could do. I just don't know the availability of everybody and what they could align her with. But aligning her with Spitfire just seems stupid.
Yeah, that's why I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what is your goal now? I guess we're just gonna wait till after this, because Ash by Elegance introduced by George Iceman. Talk about how they're gonna have
your favorite girl.
They're gonna have a match by Elegance.
Tell me you don't love that idea.
I do. I wonder what it's gonna be.
It's just gonna be like Giorgio Armani perfume everywhere, like nice lace scarves and negligee.
Yeah, the perfume is the only weapon you could use.
Or the or that $3,000 bottle of champagne that she had. You could use the champagne.
Yeah, anything that is high priced, use as a weapon.
Damn right. Damn right.
So smash that can of caviar over her head.
Caviar, nice heels, something Versace, something Gucci.
Yep.
You know. Put her head in a Prada bag. Yeah, there you go.
Get the actual animal fur or leather.
Wrap her up in a fur coat. Dump paint on it just for shits and giggles.
Exactly.
Fur is murder. What the fuck?
You put it on me. Yeah, just so I could do that.
I'm a little mad they're throwing that away on a random Impact though, because that's next week.
It's next week.
I think that's what they said. Is it was next week. It wasn't going to be.
Or was she going to announce the stipulation next week?
That could be it. I don't know. I heard them talk about it a lot for next week. You know, the match by Elegance, which I guess Emergence is also next week. But...
Yeah. So I guess it'll be a stipulation because they can't just do another normal match again.
No. Hopefully it's on Emergence because it's a title match. So like.
Yes. And you get to tell me how bad it is.
It's gonna probably be bad. But actually, I can't say that because Ash did really well in the normal match against Jordan.
Yeah, I said that was probably her best performance in a while.
Yeah, and even the tag match, you know, good old Hammer Your Ash versus, you know, Eric Young and Jordan Grace, whatever the fuck we called them.
Yes.
You know, that still wasn't bad.
Lack of grace. I don't know.
I forget. It wasn't as funny as Hammer Your Ash, so.
Yeah, exactly. But they hammer their ash, and
They did.
I want this one. I really don't. The 6-man tag, not trios, 6-man tag team match.
Which it wasn't even really a 6-person tag.
Yeah,
It was like a 2-on-3 handicap match, a 2-on-2.5, because Zaya doesn't. She's tiny. She doesn't count as a full person in this.
It was PCO.
Pico.
Yes, Pico de Gallo.
Pico de Gallo.
Yeah, it was PCO, Zaya Brookside, and Rhyno, the wedding party. Against
the Wedding Crashers.
Yes, and the bride of Frankenstein. Yes, Steph DeLander. Originally, it was gonna be Matt Cardona, but he says, "Oh, they didn't clear me. I did sign a contract. I was gonna wrestle, but the medical team said no, you cannot." So,
your favorite person, the baddest man in TNA. Uh-huh. At least we got Madman Fulton back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The baddest man in TNA who hasn't been able to win a match against anybody. Look,
Andrew, sometimes you just gotta draw a line in the sand. You gotta take a stand.
I tried to, and then Zaya got good and cute. So
you gotta look deep inside yourself and go, what am I willing to put up with today? Not fucking this.
No. Khan is part of the reason why this show is as low as it is on my list. Because he sucks. He's useless. It's not even heat that he has with me. He's just bad. Nothing he does is like tolerable. He makes Sid Vicious look like amazingly athletic and intelligent. Like, I don't know why Khan has a job. Like, just let him go, and he can go to the NWA Wasteland with fucking Victor, whatever the fuck moron's name is now, and they can just fucking do coke in irrelevancy on a CW app.
Go do the awakening there. It's not...
Or whatever. Just get the fuck out of TNA. Go away. No one wants you here.
but more Madman Fulton. That's fine.
Yes, Fulton's good. But you know what? See, this just proves that they must listen to our show because they know exactly what buttons to push to mock us. Because your girl Ash, followed by, begrudgingly, my girl Zaya, and then they throw Khan in there now too, just to fuck with us. Because they know we will hate it and love it and be confused and irritated all at the same time.
It's like, I am at a loss of words.
Exactly. It was kind of funny watching Zaya Brooksy bomb him though, Fulton.
Yes.
Like that was kind of funny. And yes, her facial expressions were definitely over the top to like the campy level, but when you're wrestling, I guess, with an imbecile being Khan and a Frankenstein, we're not really looking for tameness, are we?
No.
And what is Steph DeLander's obsession with dressing up like the teenage character from like the things she likes? It was Lydia Dietz this time. It was Wednesday Addams when she proposed to PCO.
Yeah, and then she decided to dress up like an adult for the honeymoon.
Well, that's good at least. And I guess technically in the sequel, Lydia is an adult, but the sequel, hasn't come out yet or just come out yet? And that's not what people correlate. You know what I mean?
Right.
She needs to stop. She needs to dress up like Morticia or like an adult woman in horror. Just stop.
More Elvira.
Elvira, Morticia. I don't know if you watched Fuse back in the early 2000s, but there was the heavy metal chick was Mistress Julia, had that very, very gothic kind of like metal Hot Topic kind of look.
Right.
And the name Mistress Julia also kind of works on multiple different levels too. But yeah, that was good. She was Fuse's like headbanger's ball kind of chick because she was the head of heavy metal chick.
Heavy metal.
Yeah. So yeah, Steph needs to figure out her fucking cosplay better because it's starting to get creepy.
Exactly, and do it with a smile.
I don't mean that. Jesus,
Yeah.
we're not being sexist here. We're being
Yeah.
ageist.
You got a smile, pal.
We're not being sexist. We're being ageist. There's a difference. It's,
All the ages.
yes. God, that also just makes that one thought about like the Dazed and Confused reference even better with all of the weird age references we've made so far tonight.
Yeah. If I do that, we could have done that.
Yeah,
We
let's
could've done
steer out of that skid.
Yeah, please. We don't want to go to jail. But PCO won. Did the PCO salt on Madman Fulton?
It was a Brooksy bomb into a gore into the PCO salt.
Yeah,
Give everybody their rub. Everybody gets their rub.
And PCO gets a different rub.
Yeah, Steph did look happy that they won because she never got involved in the match.
Yep.
She actually saved Zaya from a corner splash from Khan or whatever. That was funny.
Well, no, he's gotta save the bridesmaid. He's gotta
Save her buddy.
save the buddy. Even though they had a match before, they had an argument, and it's like, you know what? You want to be in part by what is like, yes.
Haven't you learned between ABC and Spitfire, the only way to become bester friends is to fight? And yes, I said bester on purpose. Because it's stupid, so I wanted to sound stupid. Yes.
Ret and fight.
Yeah, you gotta fight out all
like
the
the guy from
aggression.
Godzilla. It's like the guy from Godzilla, right?
Like the guy from Godzilla. Yeah, man. This is such
we
a
go
hard
to the back.
This is such a hard episode to get through.
To the back, they're hyping up the Iron Man match.
No one
With
cares.
Nemeth and Josh Alexander for. It's 1 hour. It's not a half hour. It's 1 hour.
Which,
1 hour.
you know, it'll probably still end in a tie and they'll have to go to a run over.
Yep. If they have that budget.
It's pay-per-view. That just means they're going to cut somebody else's match to make sure they can get it in there.
They're going to cut Moose's match.
Well, you know, yeah, probably. It's if it's an 8-man schmaz like you think it's going to be, yeah, they'll just be like, you know, we're going to give you 20 minutes. We're going to give you 10 for 8 people. Go.
Yes.
Fucking stupid.
Like, you ever see the Divas match? There was like 5 minutes. Everyone just doesn't move and they all fight each other. Yeah, do that.
You remember that one Divas Battle Royal where nobody got entrances and they just all walked to the ring and like threw each other out in like 2 minutes? That's what we expect from you. What?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't know.
But moving on, Jordan Grace accepted the challenge. Is a match by Elegance. It is next week.
See, I told you.
On Impact. On Impact.
That's a waste. That's a waste.
So it's going to be shenanigans to make it a pay-per-view.
Which is a waste.
I know. Speaking of a waste, our last Ultimate X qualifier.
That's
Laredo Kid, Jai Vidal, and Bhupinder Gujjar.
Bhupinder Gujjar.
Bhupinder Gujjar?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you'll do that and you'll clean it up. But
No tiki, no washi.
yeah, I was like, do they hate Laredo Kid?
I mean, they gave him the win with this match, just like we said last week.
It's like, oh, I can't wait to fight, Trey Miguel and maybe someone from NXT. Is like, oh, what? I didn't give you that.
You know that this is the same way as if you do anything with your group of friends. Like if you played like Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, competitive Pokemon, or anything like that. You always got that one guy in the group that you know is the worst, but it's still fun to do everything together. So you just make sure they go up against two randos who you know are even worse than they are. So there's no way in hell that they lose, just to boost his confidence because you're good friends like that. Not saying I've ever done that. No, not saying.
Oh,
But
I
you
did.
know, I understand the point of the match. It boosts his confidence. It makes him look good. Makes him feel good. Even though he didn't look that good, the other two looked better in this
the
match
other two
than
looked
Laredo
better.
Kid did.
Gujjar looked better. As did Jai.
Jay Vidal landed on his fucking head on the apron, and he still looked better during most of the match, aside from that one botch.
Yes, Mr. Jai Ho. I liked him.
I'm just happy that Gujjar looked decent, and we didn't have to see his fucking terrible old finish, which I swear he better have changed with all the time off he's had. Because if I see a fucking gargoyle spear one more time from that fucking idiot, I am going to freak out. That is the worst fucking finish I've ever seen.
I need to look at this again. Hold on.
He perches on the middle rope and spears you from the middle rope. Just think about how awkward that is to set up constantly to make it look like a legitimate finish. To have the person do like the ripcord knee, stumble around, and then you perch yourself.
I got it.
But it's such an awkward fucking move to try to use
Oh god.
as a finish.
It looks like a clothesline.
It's bad.
I see it now. I see.
It looks bad. It's illogical to set up in a match. Like, as a random, like, RKO type thing, if it's a multi-man match, you can just randomly snipe somebody with it. That's fine. But that shouldn't be your consistent finish. Because it's a stupid move.
The gargoyles.
Yeah, he better have got a new finish. He's barely been on TV for, like, the last year. He better have been working on a new fucking finish.
But those two looked fine. Laredo won after a 450 on Vidal.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just... I mean, good for Laredo. I mean, he ain't going to win, but good for him.
True. So, who do you think is winning that?
We have a full list now, right?
We do, because it's Hammer, Chase Osborne or whatever.
I think Speedball retains.
Speedball, yeah. I'd like to see Wentz win personally.
I would love for Wentz to win, but I just see Bailey just retaining.
I don't want to see Bailey retain for the reasons that we talked about after Slammiversary.
I don't either.
There's too many baby faces. Nemeth probably isn't going to drop it to Josh.
No.
That would be really awkward to have him hold it for like a month just to drop it in like his first big angle. Like,
and then Josh to hold it for like a month and a half to drop it for Hendricks.
Exactly. So like I don't see Nick dropping it, and if Jordan should drop it, especially with the rumor that swirled around today or yesterday, I forget which one it was. Did you hear about that?
No.
Jordan is apparently closing up her OnlyFans. So everybody thinks that is a big flag that she is going to be headed towards WWE in a couple months. Because she said, get whatever you want from her OnlyFans. Yeah, I'm just saying. So she has like this segment where she's like, get what you want from the OnlyFans because it's only going to be open for like another couple months, and then she's closing it down. So if she's halfway out the door, why not take the belt off of her and then try to get a rub from her to other girls in the division that could use a rub? Like Masha still hasn't gotten a win on Jordan.
Yeah, Masha, Giselle.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Well, yeah. If Zaya's gotten better, I still don't think I don't see a way Zaya legitimately beats Jordan.
I can see Zaya and Steph being tag champs.
I could see that. And if Steph sticks around, if she actually signs with TNA, I could see her getting a rub off of Jordan too, because Steph would be a good knockouts champ. If
they do that.
I'm just trying to think of or Danny Luna would also be a nice one if they put her solo.
Yeah, unless they don't split us with fire. Also, we go to the back again. We see Rich Swan, an angry Rich Swan,
Mm-hmm.
poked out of his mind.
Nah, they're obviously stoners. Come on.
Yeah.
It's
It's like, hey, I should have been X Division. I should have been the Ultimate X. And then Mike Bale's like, you're right. So before I send you the rehab, we're gonna have a match next week.
Nah, I see that the best part on this was AJ Francis. You know that. You don't want to give him credit. I know you don't. But tell me that wasn't great, where he's just like, whoa, why are you here? I don't want to hear you talk. And then he goes, no, I think Rich is right. And he goes, speak your mind. He's just like, no, you have a point. There you go. Never mind. I misjudged you. There you go.
He's fine. He's fine when they're like short, not like only a long promo. But like those little quips like that, that's fine.
I mean, I would say he's like the male Tasha Steelz to me, where have him cut a promo, he's a really good promo. Put him in the ring, no thank you.
Yeah. Well, with Rich Swan going to be gone for a while, he's going to be out of the ranks.
Here we go.
Or who else joins First Class?
I don't know, because according to, I think it was Hendry's Chris Van Vliet interview, Francis wasn't supposed to stick around this long. I don't know if you saw that one, but like,
no.
Francis was supposed to just be in there kind of cameo style and out in like a month, but Francis liked what was going on and they liked him and they had these ideas, so Francis stuck around.
Right.
So I don't know if he actually signed or if it's just kind of been like handshake appearance deal type thing. But
right.
So AJ could be on his way out anytime soon.
His next First Class, but it's gonna be Kushida.
God damn it!
Yes, let's do it.
No, I'm not. I don't
Well,
want to see Kushida with AJ Francis.
I just want to see him come with like a bling necklace.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
I would laugh.
I mean, it'd be funny for like a one-off. Like if it was like the Halloween episode where, you know, they got to cosplay kind of as somebody else's tag teammate. Yeah, that would be funny.
If he sticks around for that long, then yes.
Yeah, like, you know how they do the IPWA or whatever the fuck it was when they do like their 80s, you know, territory spoof thing, like what WWE did a couple times. TNA's done that a few times. If they do that, sure. But I still don't. I don't want that seriously to be a thing. Ugh.
Oh no.
Especially because AJ's not in anything right now. He dropped his 2 belts. He's not relevant.
Yeah, and he lost PCO.
He could easily cycle out and go do something else while Rich is gone for a while.
Go win the GCW belt. Go there. Stay there. Yes. Go win that. Take it.
I mean, that's not saying much. So
I know. That's why I said it. Like, go take it. Just take it.
Maybe he'll just go to All Japan. All Japan seems to not know what to do with people, so.
Oh, man. Move over, Bob Sapp. Here's AJ Francis.
Yeah. Hey, look. It's.
Greetings, Tony. Greetings. The good Tony. Not the Tony Khan, the Tony Hayes.
Yeah, the Tony Hayes. The good Tony.
Actually,
you know, the fact that you said that, it's with how much we've kind of talked shit about last few months of TNA. Have you noticed something?
What?
If anybody's name is Tony that runs a wrestling business, they're kind of shit at it. Because Anthony Ciccione or whatever fuck was the one that took over for Scott. We got Tony Khan. They're kind of a fucking mess. But then everybody loves a Paul between Levesque and Heyman. So I think we've learned something about wrestling business.
Just be named Paul.
Yeah. Whoever is named Paul can run a company. Tony's cannot when it comes to wrestling business. No offense, Tony Hayes.
So Tony, you're gonna be Paulie Hayes.
Or you just need to have a best friend whose name is Paul, and you can work together. That might counteract itself. I'm gonna be like yin and yang.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
See, and AEW has too many Tonys because they also have Shivani.
Oh god, yeah, he doesn't even know where he is.
I don't think he does.
He's like, where the hell am I?
I think he's just happy to have a job, which is weird.
Yeah, being happy to have a job.
Good. I'm glad none taken.
Yes. But moving on. NXT versus TNA with Charlie Dempsey against non-Octopus, non-Cthulhu, Jonathan Gresham.
Yeah, fucking amnesia Gresham over here.
Yes. I believe you. I believe you, Tony.
I do too.
It's hazy there.
This was a solid match, though. If you like old school World of Sport, 70s, 80s kind of chain mat wrestling, this was fucking fun.
But no, Andrew, you gotta remember, we had the real World of Sport yesterday. We've had Tony Storm and Soraya.
Their version of World of Sport is equivalent to the Australian breakdancer. My point exactly. This is real wrestling. That I don't know what the fuck that was.
Like, this is real wrestling.
This is wrestling.
Solid but silent. You know what? That is true. They don't appreciate technical wrestling. It's all ADHD now. It's sad.
It is sad, but it's nice to see a match like this once in a while because it's a change of pace.
Yeah. But hold on, would have been better. I know Charlie should have came out with someone. But
nobody's in the area.
Tavian's killing it in Noah, and the girl's not there to slap Dempsey. I'm pretty sure she's gonna slap him next TNA.
And then pasty Randy Orton, whatever the fuck his name is, I forget what the fuck his name is.
I forgot his name.
But like,
and then who does Gresham have? Kushida with his lab coat. He's gonna cure him.
Jordan should come out as the supportive wife. And
then she calls the doctor. It's Kushida. Calls the doctor. He comes out.
That's how you write out. You just figured it out. That's how you write Jordan out of TNA. You just have it say. Gresham says that Jordan's pregnant, and then Kushida comes in as the doctor to prove that she's pregnant. He has the pregnancy test, and he has everything.
and it's black egg.
Correct, because they do the ultrasound, and it's just a fucking squid or something like that. So they're like, oh no, we need to take you for an operation. And we never see from her again. That's it.
Exactly. We booked started, but yes, I do agree with this, actually. Eventually, they will. It's like they're just taking forever with it.
I mean, are they taking forever though? If you think about it, every show has had somebody.
Right. I think they want. I get wanting slowly get the bigger names. I know. Get the Obafemi. Get the Trick. Get the
Chase U Kid was on it. Well, the people that need exposure and need more preps are on it.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
The Chase U Kid. Dempsey's okay. His name, he's not a big name, but he's a great wrestler. He's been on a few times. All of No Quarter Catch Crew's been on it. Fucking Wes came over as, the Rascals getting the band back together real quick.
Yeah.
Jordan's probably going to WWE in the beginning of the year. Whenever her contract is up in TNA.
Yeah, January. I see her going back to the Rumble, but that'll be like her official new contract debut, proper debut.
Do you see them doing it that way? I'd like to see them either debut her the day after Rumble or before that, because we've already seen her in Rumble.
Yeah, but I don't see her being in NXT. I see her being like main roster.
She still doesn't talk well.
But again, she also has that physique and all that, so that'll probably help carry her a little bit. And then she'll learn as she goes.
She already has NXT heat though. Because I don't think Roxanne's going to move up before the next big draft, before, next Mania.
Mm.
I would like to see her start in NXT, but make it a short run. Because she
make it like January till Mania.
Maybe. That could actually be it. Give her a little bit of time to get her feet wet with how TV is produced in WWE world. Help her with her promos. Then she can get caught up in the next draft type of thing. And maybe her big thing will be like a feud against Bianca or Jade or one of the other big, sexy, muscular women. You know what I mean? Rhea, Jade,
Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah, just insert Muscle Mommy here. That's a good way to kind of just like get somebody to go, we need our own Muscle Mommy. Call up Jordan.
Yep, pretty much. Yes, we have heard Camille talk.
Oh, Camille is worse by a lot. Camille talking makes 2003 AJ Styles look and sound like Stone Cold.
Or it makes Lacey Von Erich sound like CM Punk with the pipe bombs.
Lacey's a weird topic for me though.
I hate
her. She can't wrestle for shit, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I think her gimmick was always supposed to be Ditzy Barbie doll. Because even when they did that stupid Family Feud fucking thing, when it was like I forget if it was like the male wrestlers versus the female wrestlers, every time she would speak, it was in that same bubble-headed Ditzy Barbie way. And I think that's just her. That's just her gimmick. I don't like it.
That's just her in real life.
It could just be her in real life, but like I don't like it, but I can't say she's cutting a promo bad when it's just she's stupid, so it's stupid.
I was like, she couldn't even do that good.
She cut promos okay. Yeah, she couldn't wrestle. Okay, you put her in the same kind of grouping with Angelina, Velvet, and Madison. Name which one of them can cut a promo the best. I will give you time to think about that, because they all suck.
I know they did, but I'm trying to figure out which one was the better one.
Now, you better not say Velvet, because we've heard her on commentary.
No. It's probably Madison's.
Which is still bad!
I know it is.
I think she was better than the other four, or other three, given the fact that she wasn't a wrestler. She wasn't in it as long as the others were. Angelina and Velvet were wrestling for almost a decade at that point. Madison had a few years under her belt. Lacey was just right in the family name and went from being a model to a wrestler because why not?
She was the I Like Eggs girl.
More or less, yeah.
From the Amanda show.
Exactly. Not everybody can be totally Kyle, man. Not everybody can.
Well, the Rascals can, but...
Totally.
Well, not Wes, but...
Wentz could totally be totally Kyle.
I know, but I'm saying Wesley because, he turned traitor.
He's having a bad day. It's fine.
Yeah, he's just got mad.
He's got widow mad. It's okay.
I get. It's like you lefty. Blame his ex-wife.
We do.
Whatever that mental patient was.
Kimberly.
Yeah, fuck her.
You legit forgot her name?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that's surprising because
it's like whatever that cuss name is.
Wow. I mean, you're not wrong. She is just a complete fucking idiot, to put it nicely. Okay, the beautiful people were hot, yes, but they still couldn't cut a promo to save their life.
Yeah. They could pass ring skill wise. It was just the mic.
They could pass what? What did you just say?
Passable in the ring.
What?
Passable.
It took Madison until her last 3 years active wrestling before this AEW weird thing to learn how to wrestle.
She's still there?
I don't know if she's still. I don't pay enough attention.
Is she?
Velvet never really figured it out. She kind of always looked the same.
Yeah, it was
Angelina
more,
was probably the best wrestler of all of them, and that is
they were
pathetic.
good as they didn't do.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about with
Yeah,
Kimber
it was
destroying
Kimberly, yeah.
Wentz's run.
Yeah, saying, "Oh, he was the worst. He did this. He was a Nazi. He beat me." And then once he got fired, like, "Oh, by the way, I lied about all that."
Yeah. By the way, it was just a goofy fucking prank that he sent to me that I kept for blackmail reasons.
Yeah,
it's just like
because I'm insane.
So that means you laughed at it, which is why he said it to you, because you both thought it was funny at the time, and you're just a bitch. Okay.
Like, it got to the point where MJF had to break kayfabe to defend him. Unless he was just being a heel, going like, "Nah, he was never."
That would be one hell of a heel thing to do for the overly Jewish MJF to be like, his Hitler rendition is really spot on. I appreciate it. What?
Oh, that'd be awful. But I would also let.
I'm like, you're laughing right now, so I know you'd be okay with it. You're like, yeah, that's pretty fucking good, actually. Yeah.
It's like fuck Juice, but Zach here. Like, he's my guy. That's my guy there.
Exactly.
Fuck the roll of quarters with Juice Robinson. Oh, Juice.
But still, I would like to see Wentz win the Ultimate X match. Just because
and then make him and Wesley for the X Division title.
We just need to get some of the baby faces to drop the titles. And the fact that the Rascals are kind of
all baby faces, yeah.
The fact the Rascals are kind of tweeners right now, because they went from being heels to now the fact that Wes has done that to Wentz, like, it puts them in kind of a babyface mode, but I don't know if they're gonna be parallels in NXT and TNA, or if they're still gonna have a little bit of a different gimmick in TNA.
Right.
But they could at least do tweener. I can tolerate tweener over everybody's a babyface that has a fucking belt. Yeah. Stop it.
Yeah, the babyface doesn't always work unless you have credible heels to work that long.
And unless there was a chase that you're paying off. There was no chase that we're paying off.
No, because Bailey was like, what, a couple weeks? Nemeth
didn't have a chase.
Yeah, it was more of he fought Backlund for half of it. He fought Moose once, skipped the pay-per-view. And then
he skipped a lot of shows because he was in Japan in the beginning.
Yeah, Japan and Mexico.
Yeah, so he was the global underweight left ugly belt. We're giving it a weird name, title champion, until he dropped into Finley or whatever.
The non-Intercontinental belt because we don't want to call it that ever again.
Yeah,
I know you all want it back, but
because that's more important than our fourth generation weird looking belt, and we don't want people to like that belt more. That's the reason they killed it. That it has to be. And people love this little white belt too much. We need to kill it so that we can get our new design over, even though it only looks good on like two people.
It's going to David Finley.
Ew.
Yeah. Look, I don't hate Finley, but I just can't see him as a Bullet Club leader.
He's been a dork for a decade.
Yes.
That should be his t-shirt. Dork for a decade.
Dork of the decade.
Dork of the decade, for a decade, something like that.
Hold on. But anyway, hold on. We got a comment here. Claudio Okada all out. Yeah.
Wrestling.
I mean,
we had a solid wrestling match today with Dempsey and Gresham, and they got no crowd reaction in Tampa.
Yeah, I mean,
so who cares about wrestling without a storyline?
Yes.
It proves the point.
Yeah, but no one wants to hear that. But
I don't care what other people want. Fuck what you want. Fuck what you heard.
Fuck what you heard.
Fuck those kids. Where's bad luck for life when I need them?
But Gresham won during that little pin reversal thing. He was able to outsmart.
That was really neat.
Yeah, that was clever.
I haven't seen a finish like that in so fucking long.
I'm like,
It actually made all of the pinfall attempts look legitimate because he was wearing him down to be able to like just reposition and work weight and leverage to keep his shoulders down to literally force him into a pinfall.
right.
I do like Dempsey's inverted Muda lock though, because I don't know
Yes.
what else to call that. I know you know exactly what I'm talking about, but
I do know what you're talking about, but yeah, that is what you can really call it.
I just like I can't call it anything else aside from inverted Muda lock, and I'm like, huh.
Yeah, it's like no, it's not key lock or
No, because the key lock is the arm, and then you
Yeah.
know, it's like a knee bar into the bridge with the cravat, but like it's like that's the Muda lock. It's just inverted. It's-
But no, what do you call it? Dempsey's great, and he, you know what? Yeah, he's not winning as much. And I wish he would win more, but you know what though? You need TNA guys to win. I just don't know the story of Gresham because you got rid of that gimmick.
That's
now-
Gresham's first legit win in a while, though.
Yeah, and we're pretending he's like good guy Tamatonga, saying he's a good guy.
Good guy Tamatonga was a great gimmick. I don't want
He
you
was.
slandering Tamatonga.
No. I'm just using that as an example. Like Gresham.
We
like,
don't slander Tamatonga on this show.
No, I like
Good.
Tonga Loa.
No, Tonga Loa you can slander. That's fine.
No,
Not
he is-
Tamatonga.
No, he is intentionally bad. He's doing this on purpose, and that's
That's the hill you're gonna die on. Is that Loa is intentionally bad?
no, all these botches he's been doing in WWE. This has to be on purpose. This has to be intentional. There is no fucking way. There's no fucking way.
Do you remember that match? I know you do because I bring it up constantly. With Loa's really shitty chops to Okada that looked like they were going through like Tai Chi in the park. It looked like old people Tai Chi in the park, and Okada was selling it. It was the worst thing in the world. Loa was a bad wrestler when he was Camacho, when he was Micah, when he was fucking Loa. He's never been a good wrestler.
God damn it.
The only thing WWE needs to do right now is they need to sign James Storm real quick and just have Loa, McIntyre, and Storm just like meet up backstage real randomly just for an awkward moment.
Was like that DMC shit or whatever it is.
Was that the Rising or was that DMC?
It started with D. Yeah, I gotta look now.
It was like that dark period where it was like a bunch. Because DMC was the one where they put on the weird fucking like anonymous masks, but I can't. Were those three? Because I thought Eddie Kingston was the DMC one.
Yeah, hold on.
I thought the Rising had Camacho, Drew, and James. Unless
Ryzen was Mika, Drake, and Galloway.
Drake, Eli Drake. Okay, that's what it meant.
Yeah,
It still works. Oh my god, they could do that now.
They can. What's stopping you? James Storm's thing. DCC. There was Bram, Eddie Kingston, and James Storm.
Okay. So we
the
were both getting kind of things mixed up here or there. But either way.
The Deaf Crew Council.
That lasted like 2 months. It was stupid. It was bad. No one cares.
Yeah.
The coolest thing was Eddie Kingston took the double back ends of the chair to the spine.
Yeah, it lasted from October to March, so fine.
Oh, it lasted a little longer than 2 months, but it still sucked. So
No, it was shit. It was shit. Like,
So-
I don't know why would anyone like it?
I don't know, man.
But why would you? Like, why would anyone? I implore you to get on
You
the
know,
phone.
the person that liked that was probably the same person that wrote "Knock Knock, Who's There?" I'm Braden Walker.
So, that was the GOAT line. That was Hall of
Yeah,
Fame.
that one's right up there with fucking Suffer and Succotash, son. Like, knock knock, who's there? I'm Braden Walker. I'm gonna kick your ass or whatever. And Suffer and Succotash, son.
Brandon Walker.
Braden Walker, fucking idiot shit. Ugh.
That was just. Let's get to the main event. The Hardys against JDC and Brooks.
The Hardys against the Hardleys.
The Hartley boys.
The Hardley boys.
2 young whippersnappers from a life of danger. In.
Oh, we're going with the old school kind of, radio promo. Yeah. It's the Hardy Boys. Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys. Everybody, look at this.
JDC. Oh no, JDC's got a clue. Bruce has got a clue too.
Oh no, Jeff Hardy's got a chair. He's going right after JDC.
Oh no, he's got a pipe. Put the pipe down, son.
And was the pipe the murder weapon?
Exactly. But this, I don't know, man. I mean, it served the purpose of continuing what they're gonna do. Again, we're gonna get that tag match.
As a match, it was fine. It was just everything else after it that happened that I hated.
Oh, that clusterfuck?
Like, that is classic bad TNA and AEW not knowing how to build a fucking story, so it just ends up in a giant fucking schmoz.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of just brawl finishes. Like, it's so lazy and stupid.
Yeah. Also, like, I like JDC. We liked him when he had his own thing, but I think him and the system's just not working.
I think they don't know what they're doing with the system anymore. I think the system was Scott's idea. So the first couple beats were already kind of laid out, and that made sense. And now nothing they've done in the last 2 or 3 months has made sense.
It's like, now what do we do?
Now they randomly add Dango, and they start losing.
Yeah, it's all Dango's fault.
I mean, that's probably gonna be the excuse, is they're just gonna use him as the fucking fall guy.
Yeah.
When it would have made more sense for like Kaz to be their extra guy when they were inadvertently helping Kaz a couple months ago after the whole EY thing.
Mm-hmm.
But no, why make sense?
Why do we do that? But Hardy's didn't look awful.
No, they actually looked pretty good, honestly.
Yeah.
I think this is the best I've seen Jeff in a long time.
Yeah. Because he's been shits for years.
He has, but like nothing looked bad. He was able to do the mule kick. He actually did the whisper in the wind well.
He's cold. He finished the match. He didn't do anything over the top.
He didn't do poetry in motion right, but I don't know if that's an age restriction.
Probably.
Because he did a splash instead of the fucking.
He has like no tailbone, so.
Well, that could be it, because poetry motion is supposed to be more of like the hip attack off a mat, but he did more of like a stinger splash.
Yeah. Matt, he also wasn't too bad. He still has that limited mobility.
Yeah. But it wasn't a bad match. The finish was bad. The match was okay.
Yeah, the afterbirth, when basically system came out, beat ass, then Santana tried to help out.
Yep. And then Hendry comes out.
Georgie comes out, and they're playing his theme song while he's getting the upper hand, and while the fans are doing the
viral. That pisses me off because that's purely done for a viral clip.
Yep.
And that's all they've done with Hendry is they've just shoehorned him into the end of so many episodes lately, just because he's the biggest thing they have in the company, and yet they're too stupid to pull the fucking trigger.
Well, yeah, because who knows what's gonna happen at No Mercy? Because he's gonna fight for the NXT Championship.
Yeah, which again goes to what I think we were talking about after Slammiversary. Like the only logical thing that makes sense if he doesn't, since he didn't win the TNA belt, is if he wins the NXT belts.
And if not, then is Josh gonna screw him right the day after losing the Nemeth?
It's a good question. We'll have to find out.
and then we'll get that North reunion for like a tag match or two.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And then Paige can always take the belt off of Hendry, because Trick helped Hendry win the triple threat. So
Yeah.
Hendry technically has a buddy. So if the North want to go after Hendry, Trick can help Hendry. And Paige can get his rematch. Hendry can always drop it back to Paige, and then that sets up Trick and Hendry still in that main event situation.
Like that's the problem with Ethan Page as champion. Like he has no credible baby faces.
I think this is establishing decent tweeners or baby faces. Because the two babies are Hendry and Trick. You know, and then
Giovanni ready for it yet?
No, Javon's not.
Trick
Wes is a tweener, if we're being honest. Because even though he did the shitty thing to Wentz, people still pop for his shit. Like, people still popped for his entrance in the match. They still pop for his moves. So he's tweener right now. And Bruiserweight, if Pete Dunne stays down in NXT for a while Bates injured, he's a heel, but he's always been a likable one because he's just a badass.
Right. Trick, I don't want to see him with the belt right now again. He's still green.
Well, yeah, but he's a good feud for Paige.
He's a good feud, but I can't have... I wasn't a fan of his run with the belts.
I get you. But if Paige takes it back from
Hendry, after Ilya and Carmelo, it felt a bit exposed.
Oh, well, it's going to, because Ilya's awesome, and Carmelo turned out to be a lot better than I initially gave him credit for.
Yeah, like you need a seasoned vet to help Trick in feuds right now.
Which they could easily do. Especially if the rumors with Motor City Machine Guns going over to WWE possibly is true.
If it's true, yeah.
I said if, because there's always a possibility the Guns will start in NXT, just to kind of slowly build into the WWE crowd. And what stops Sabin from challenging, or Shelley?
Right.
They're legit. You know, they both have TNA titles to their names.
Right. Because I'm trying to think who else. Like, I guess Noam Dar, whenever he comes back. The Metaphor kind of baby faces, I think.
Are they?
Well, I know one of them was attacking Ethan Page. What's that guy's name? Hold on, let me find this Metaphor. Yeah, Oro Mensa.
Okay.
Yeah, he fought Ethan Page for the NXT title, and he apparently took out Noam Dar. So whenever Noam Dar comes back, he could get it.
Could.
So that would be nice if that happens, because Noam Dar is a solid talent.
They could always see how else to push Chase U, because Chase U people are getting a little bit of a push in TNA. That could always mean that they're maybe setting them up for something in NXT, depending on how well they react to the TNA push.
Well, right now they're tag champions, so.
And that hasn't stopped anybody from challenging for.
I know, but I'm saying, like, it's a good start. I know they had a big pop in that. Unless they want to push Nathan Frazier, if they think he's ready.
Maybe.
Because he ain't bad. I like Axiom, but no way he's going to get that.
I mean, I think the guy that we want them to push is Tavion.
Yes.
After what he's done in Noah and TNA, I think Tavion is definitely somebody that could do really well.
Did you see the clip of him asking Marufuji if he could take one of his moves?
No, I haven't actually.
No, because I forgot what the move was, but he asked for permission for it, and Marufuji's like, "You do it a lot quicker than me, so please have it."
Oh wow, really?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was like happened like during training. I gotta find that clip again. I was like, oh, that's kind of wholesome.
That's doing it right though. You know what I mean? So I think it was that proves he gets it though. That proves he gets wrestling.
It's like it's not a sling blade, but he's still like catching his head to drag him down.
Like an X Factor?
kinda. Like basically, like you're going over, like you're grabbing their head and you're making them take a back bump. You're just not spinning with it like a sling blade.
Like the zigzag.
Kinda.
I'd have to see it.
Yeah.
There's
Like,
so many moves that are like that. You know what I mean? That's like the zigzag.
You'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. I just forgot the proper names.
I probably will, because like when it comes to Marufuji, it's like if it's not the Shiranui or like the key lock or one of his like strike orientation type things or a flosion, then it's one of those.
It was like a quick move that involved running in the ropes. So
wonder what move it is. Yeah, I'll have to find that.
I'm gonna try to find a clip.
But yeah,
send that to you. And in 2 days, Dory Funk Jr. will die in the ring in the death match.
Is he actually in a match in 2 days?
Yes, he's in a death match.
So he's actually gonna die then? Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, that's what I said. He's actually going to die. I don't think that's a good idea.
Isn't he like 80?
He's 82. He's gonna be the oldest guy to wrestle.
Oh wait, older than Mil Mascaras?
Yes.
From that one All Japan altogether?
The Baba Memorial.
Yeah, for a couple years back. Because, like, didn't, like, his grandson or somebody's, like, Hijo del something have to, like, hold him? Dos Caras, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's see how old he is now and how old when he wrestled.
Because, like, I thought Mil Mascaras was, like, 78 during the Baba thing? Maybe?
Yeah.
But that was also, like, 4 or 5 years ago, right?
Yeah, he's 82 right now, Mil Mascaras.
Okay, so they are legitimately the same age.
Yes.
It's just Mil Mascaras hasn't had a match this year, I guess.
His last match was 2019.
Wait, was it the Baba match?
No, it was Mexico. Captain Adamo, Dragon Lee, and Mil Mascaras against La Vista del Rey, Rey Bucanero, and Valiente.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
LLA. That was the event, or that's the promotion.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was 70. Nah, he was like 70. No, not even. He was
5 years ago. 77. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Well, see, he's just gonna have to be in a tag match or battle royal now.
It took like half the top match to get him on the top rope.
I do remember that. Yeah, Dos Caras said to help him up there, and then just like
and Nosawa just
push him a little bit, kind of thing. For a crossbody.
He was like tensing up, or like trying to get ready for it.
Yeah.
And then he eventually gets it, and boom, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Giant Baba 20th anniversary and Abdullah Butcher's retirement. That's what it was.
Okay, yeah, that's what that was. Yes.
Yeah, so that was the only reason why Mil Mascaras did that match. I mean, it was a fun show, but that match was holy shit.
We knew what that match was, though. We weren't going to expect like anything great from that, because the same thing happened with Great Kabuki's final match, which I think actually happened in Noah, because he faced the different Strong Machines, and he looked like shit, but it was more just like the symbolic retiring, kind of going out type thing.
Right. Hold on. Let me see what Dory Funk's death match is.
Who's he facing?
It is
Onita. He facing the actual Grim Reaper? Like, what the fuck?
It's Onita. And Onita.
He's still doing death matches? I thought he like nearly died a few times and stopped doing them after a while.
And you see, he's got Double Hell Electric Exploded match.
Okay. So,
yeah, Dory Funk teams with Osamu Nishimura, who is battling cancer.
Oh, wait. Nishimura is battling cancer now?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
For the second time.
Okay.
and he signed a waiver with the hospital to do this. So it's Dory Funk and Nishimura against Onita and Raijin Yaguchi.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yep.
What promotion is this?
FMW.
That's still around? Or is it like
Yeah,
a special FMW event that Onita put together?
Yeah, or it says FMWE or FMW Exploding.
Is this like, so it's Onita's brand?
It's Onita's, and they do a couple of shows a year. So yeah, this is happening.
I hope,
83.
I hope the money's worth it. Because if one person is two people are basically literally possibly gonna die.
Yes.
And they're both on the same team.
Yes, they're on the same team.
See, okay, so they are the death and Onita's the match. That's how it is.
Yes.
An 82-year-old man in Dory Funk Jr. and fucking somebody who's battling cancer and had to sign a waiver.
Yeah, this will be his 7th decade, I think. The 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010. Yeah, this will be his 7th decade.
Dory.
Yes.
I was about to say, Nishimura's not that old. He's old, but he's not that old.
His last match was at Tokyo Gurentai in 2018.
I was about to say, that was around the same time as the Baba match.
Yeah, and his opponent was Nishimura.
That was before the second bout of cancer, though, so it's...
Yeah, that was a 10-minute time limit draw.
Of course it was, because Nishimura... Isn't Nishimura like 60?
He's 52.
Oh god, he looks worse than he actually... he looks older than he actually is, probably because of all the health issues he's had. But...
Yes, he is 52.
God, he's actually younger than Suzuki. He's younger than Sugiura, too, then.
That's the thing. Like, before reading the name, I thought it was Tatsumi Fujinami. Because of the jacket. Because of the jacket.
That's fair. I'm just remembering what Nishimura looks like, and I'm just like, he always looked like shit. But that makes sense that he's had health issues, so... I thought he was older than he was.
Yeah, speaking of health issues, was that any update on Joe Doran?
I haven't heard shit about him, which... I haven't heard anything negative. But I haven't heard bad. You know what I mean?
That's good, but at the same time, it's like nothing. I know, hey, I'm doing okay, or making progress, or...
Yeah, it's cancer, though, because you have to go through a lot of time in between to make sure you're still in remission for, counts.
It is in his brain.
Scans. So it could just be something that he doesn't want to jump the gun since he already did it once. Yeah. You know what I mean? So he might just really want to take it slow and keep it quiet. Because I mean, look at like the Mongo situation. Like, we all found out about Mongo McMichael and how he was sick, like when that came out, and he just got inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame. And a good number of the old 85 Bears and his wife were there to kind of like do it with him, even though he can't talk and he looks really frail. And
yeah, but we will find out. I highly doubt this match will be streamed somewhere. This exploding death match.
Nah, there'll be ways to see it. It's Onita.
Yeah, he'll send Tony Khan.
Onita's a rock star in Japan.
Yeah, he'll go like, you want ratings? Play this.
You want a real exploding ring match where the ring actually explodes? Here. Instead of like really shitty fireworks and then just goes poof. I think, was that really the beginning of the end for AEW?
What?
The exploding ring match that didn't explode and just went poof.
The poof?
Yes.
think that might have been, whereas like I don't know.
Because I feel like that was
But
like
they were hot when they started.
they were. And I know I cooled on them much quicker than other people, but I feel like
Yeah.
that was the turn in which other people were starting to go, this is real corny mud show bullshit, isn't
Yeah,
it?
and plus all of Mox's opponents for the world title.
This is Mox sucks.
I know, but it was just more like you got Jake Hager like 40 minutes, and I got the Eddie Kingston stuff, but at the same time, like that Brody Lee, like I like Brody Lee, but let's be real, they have awful chemistry. They
Agreed.
did WWE, and it fared no different there.
Agreed.
But we'll find out. If we can find it, we will talk about it. Keyword if.
There's probably ways. Now that I know it's a thing, I will probably want to try to find it. So
Yes.
I'll see if
we might have to rely on Twitter.
I was gonna see if good old Robert might have a link.
The real, hey, you could do the real hero, or the Japan group. Maybe they'll post something.
Maybe, but Robert, which I know you know the person I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
He usually goes for the more obscure deathmatch, big boy stuff. Like he had a bunch of like big Japan things and deathmatch shows that he'd keep in his own little paste bin.
Right.
So, if anybody has it, it would probably be him.
Oh yeah, more than likely we'll keep an eye on him.
Yes.
But
We'll
before we wrap it up, sponsored by NordVPN, Job of the Nights.
I'll give it to Bhupinder Gujjar.
I'm gonna give it to Fulton.
That works. Gujjar looked good, and he didn't do his moron fucking spear from the corner, so all positives.
And Fulton was one they probably should have pushed, but they didn't.
Truth.
There was a time. You know what? Maybe he could. I was rooting for him to be tested for the belts. That's what it was.
Yeah, because he was part of Sammy's Ohio versus everything, or
OVE,
whatever they were calling themselves.
Yeah, I think it was OVE.
I think it was Ohio versus. Well, they had like 3 or 4 indie names too, because they were also, other names. Which I think weren't they like some kind of like Irish fucking Death Police or something like that.
Yeah.
I know the Christs and Fulton and Sammy, they all kind of did the shtick for a little bit.
But now, powered by comicbookclick.com, who's the megastar of the night?
Call me biased, but I'm gonna say Zaya Brookside.
I'm gonna say Scott D'Amore. The episode is in the episode is in his memory.
Good answer.
So if you're watching this, don't sue me.
I just thought it was hilarious to watch Zaya get angry at like Khan and Fulton, and then fucking iconoclasm fucking Fulton, essentially, because that's what a Brooksy bomb is,
Yep.
But just fucking the little 5'0" fucking British girl just fucking iconoclasms a fucking monster off the fucking top rope. It's pretty fucking hilarious.
And then our new one, Match of the Night, powered by Monk.com for your aromatherapy. Use DSR 10 to get 10% off your first order. What was your match of the night?
I mean, the crowd doesn't agree, but I don't care, because it was Dempsey versus Gresham.
Mm-hmm. Dempsey versus Gresham. Damn right. But, folks, we're going to get out of here. But real quick, we're not here next week at all. So, no TNA Impact and no Emergence.
We're detoxing.
What?
We're detoxing.
We're detoxing, and I'm going to Dragon Con, so we're not going to have
We don't have to give them the shoot reason. We can just work it with detoxing.
Well, I'm getting suspended. I had a brawl out.
Oh
backstage.
no. Are you suspended
It
with pay or no?
without pay,
Oh no.
whatever the pay is, but I punched our comatose friend Randy.
Mm. See, what you should do is you should then just go to the ticket master, buy a ticket, and then walk in, because that's how everybody gets around being suspended.
But I might want to punch Randy again.
Then buy 2 tickets, drag his comatose body in with you, and then
And
punch
push him
him
down.
as you sit down. It's
And
like a
push him
weekend
down.
at Bernie's thing, you know?
Yeah. And then once I sit down, it's pushing down the steps.
Damn
Like,
right.
I don't know.
And then everybody's
know,
gonna
somebody's
move.
gotta-
People are gonna call 911. You're gonna see some people leave. Maybe you get a better seat that way.
Exactly. I can sneak down.
Exactly. Children will cry. People will be freaked out. Some
We'll
people will be
never find it.
traumatized. It'll be like that time when Enzo decided to put himself over in the crowd before they kicked him the fuck out of whatever that was, SummerSlam or something.
Yeah, and they got kicked out of the bus during the UK tour.
Okay, I meant after he was already fired. But yes, while he was still there, yeah, that's true too.
Yeah. With his his non-consensual penis, or whatever he called
It
it.
was a consensual penis. Get the song correct, all right? Non-consensual was Velveteen Dream.
I'm sorry, I didn't have his Grammy Award-winning album stuck.
You
in my
should. It was the best. He had sick flow. Man, it was fire, man. Consensual penis. That was on top of the charts. It was like you believe in Joe Hendry before we even knew who the fuck Joe Hendry was.
Exactly.
We believed in Enzo's consensual penis.
If he ever shows up, that will be the title.
Enzo?
Enzo's consensual.
Oh, okay.
I will bleep out cock. Enzo's consensual. Do it like that.
Or you should just Enzo's consensual appearance. But
folks, we're gonna wrap it up here.
Just like Enzo, because it's consensual. So he's smart man, smart man.
We're powered by comicbookclick.com / Dirt Sheet Radio.
I'm not sure if they want to be affiliated with half the shit we just said in the last 5 minutes.
Where you get your geek, nerd, pop culture stuff there. They have podcasts like every Thursday, whether it's the Delphin Pod, wherever you listen, or the Major Issue every Thursday. Before we go on the air, they'll be on the air first. And then we got our socials down here, Dirt Sheet Radio, the Twitter, the TikTok, the Instagram, the YouTube, maybe a Twitch. And we also want to thank Nico Extra, who hosts us on his platforms as well. You can follow me on Twitter at DamienPhoenix12. You can follow my Instagram at HouseHusbandCosplay. You can follow my anime podcast at Otaku Cafe. Follow that Otaku Cafe Anime, or on Facebook, just Otaku Cafe. Follow Andrew at IWC Word Chief on your social medias. You can check out his content on the Chair Shot. Always use your head at chairshot.com. And then for all the wrestling content, all your wrestling needs, we got the Monday with Monday Night Raw. You got the Tuesday with the NXT. You got Wednesday with the Dynamite. You got us on Thursdays. On Fridays, you got the SmackDown and not Rampage. Why would you do Rampage? Saturday and Sunday, random pay-per-views or the PLEs. It's still all pay-per-views, all the same fucking shit.
Mm-hmm.
So say goodnight, Andrew.
Good night, Andrew.
All right, good night. We will see you all next time. Bye.